So I'm going to say good evening. Thank you for doing a late evening interview like this. How's your day going aside from, talking to this guy, Derek?
It's great. I just finished up a serious round of slime making with my 4-year-old. So you start with clear slime, and then you add all your ingredients, your colors, your magic pixie dust or what have you, and yeah, just let it rip. So
It
it's a
sounds
pretty good
like
day.
dull bliss you're talking about.
Yeah,
You see what I did there?
yeah, it is. Yeah, depending on the ingredients, I guess. Yeah.
So that is the name of the new record. It still is out in about 5, 6 weeks. But when did you finish the Dull Bliss record?
It was it really so. Pretty interesting. We had a piecemeal this record together. We didn't do the traditional write and record it over a span of a couple weeks. I think we started this project for this record in April of 2023, and it wound up being about 6 sessions,
Hmm.
and 3, 4 days at a time, whatever it was. And so it got finalized in, I want to say October. No, Jan. Yeah, I wasn't track. January of 2025. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Uh,
been sitting around. So Smart Punk came into the equation more recently.
yeah, sort of once the record was finally wrapped, I kind of reached out to a few labels and uh that I had on the top of my list. Smartpunk was at the very top, so it
Hmm.
kind of was convenient and worked out. We were yeah, I had a few others that we were eyed up, and they were in our top three, and yeah, here we are.
Sure. I remember back in the olden days of the internet, in your Homestar Runner era of the internet, Smart Punk was
Hmm.
a merch site. I didn't realize that they'd become a label, and now they're rising and rising. Do you go back to the reunion show days with Smart Punk?
I don't. It is funny that you mentioned the Reen show though, because this would be sound the air horn. This would be breaking news. We just it was complete coincidence. So Matt from Smart Punk, he's the reason why we signed over there.
Hmm.
And the week that we were finalizing our little memo here for Sainthood, I get a text from one of the members of the reunion show, and it said, "Hey, this label Smart Punk Records just bought the rights to Kill Your Television, and they're going to release it on vinyl for the first time." And I was like, "You have to be pranking me. There's no way." And so when I texted Matt from Smart Punk, he had no idea that I was in the band. It was just purely coincidence. Um, so yeah, yeah. So, but we didn't know them. We only They just recently came into the fold this year for us, and
Well,
now he's
this
involved in my very first project and my current project. So
not the reunion show interview this is, but props go out to the reunion show for working with Nick Raskulinas before he became a Grammy winning producer who did Foo
yeah,
Fighters and Alice in Chains, etc.
to that, yeah, that's so crazy to watch his career take off the way it did. We The reason why we even found Nick in the first place was he'd recorded a super drag record that we really admired, and at the time he was attainable for a small startup indie band, and we were lucky enough to get in the room with him for a few days, and now he's, no thanks to us, has had a incredible career. So, but
Well, the members of the reunion show have all done very well in their different respects. But okay, back to you
yeah.
and Sainthood Reps. This being, I believe, the third record, I'm correct. It's the third
Hmm.
one.
Yep, LP3.
The realities of now being grown-ups with other obligations, but I'd assume that there's going to be record release shows and things of that nature, some big weekend warrior stuff happening.
Exactly, yeah. We haven't announced it yet. We're doing a record release show at Union Pool on October 10th with Night Sports, which is kind of like a super group of Ben Caruana from I'm the Avalanche, and
Yeah.
uh, Audley from Incendiary, and the list goes on. But So that'll be cool. And yeah, that's our plan is basically Yanni, our bass player, is in two other bands that are pretty active, Incendiary and Caspian.
Hmm.
So he kind of fits us in when he can, and it kind of works with our schedules. So but yeah, like you said, Weekend Warrior, small tours, if they're presented to us, that kind of thing.
Before this album came out, we got two singles. We got Dizzy and Blue Nothing, but which both got the lyric video treatment. Were those singled out as singles, or is just the first two things that were mastered and somebody was willing to animate lyric videos?
Right. Now, yeah, they were we just kind of said we as a band, probably like a lot of bands, we fall short on the we've made the song, now what? And that's kind of where our brain power and excitement for music kind of ends on that respect. So that's why we need a label to kind of help us present the finished product. And so
Hmm.
anyway, we told Smartpunk kind of like, hey, we love all these songs, so we have no idea um what's better or not. Like, just whatever you guys feel you want to do, let us know. And we weighed in on it, but again, we liked all the songs, so there was no harder version to anything they would have picked anyway. So
Got it. Band goes back about 15-ish years at this point. In the early
cannot believe
days,
that. Yeah.
people thought of you guys as an instrumental band, and then obviously things changed with the first record. But do you have people who try to pull the I'm old school, I'm an original fan, I only liked the original instrumental stuff? Do any of those people actually exist?
Yeah, there's like six of them, so it's really easy to when they hit you up on the internet or whatever. So and since we've known them pretty much since the first days, it's easy to know the pretenders from the real ones, so to speak. But yeah, that was an interesting time. It was a very short version of our band when we were still trying to find our sound,
Hmm.
and we're just kind of me and Francesco. I'd been playing for some years before what became Sainthood Reps happened, and we were in a post-rock instrumental band at that point, and that love kind of continued forward into the Sainthood Reps project. But then we quickly realized, yeah, that we just wanted to go more song-based, like with uh, vocals and whatnot. So.
Sure. Is your solo project still happening, or that we don't talk about that?
The gristmill, yeah, it's I haven't I've put it on the back burner because of the Sainthood Reps record I wanted to give all my love and devotion to. And it took a lot longer to record it than
Hmm.
we thought it would. We didn't expect it to be a 2-year project. But it is. And so yeah, eventually I have I have unreleased songs that I'd like to release at some point under that project. So yeah, once this record's out, I could kind of start, thinking about some other things. But right now, it's all Sainthood.
I found that Long Island's scene, even all these decades later, is still so disconnected that most Long Island people don't know that famous bands are from Long Island. They don't know where the punk and indie shows are, the DIY culture. They don't realize, for example, that cassette record company is near us in Long Beach and Atlantic Beach and putting out all these world famous albums. In other words, Long Islanders are
Yeah,
the last people to support Long Island. So these days, if you say we made our new album on Long Island, I wouldn't be able to tell you which studios are active. Did you make this new record on Long Island?
didn't. We recorded with Brett Romness, who's the drummer of I Am the Avalanche and Crime and Stereo, and he works out of this amazing studio in Lake
Oh, in
Hopton.
Jersey?
I don't. Yeah, in New
Oh,
Jersey.
yeah.
In Jersey. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a amazing. Uh, it's a church that they turned into a studio, converted into a studio, and it's got like amazing board, amazing gear. The room just sounds right. Um, but yeah, to your point, there is if even if we just took Long Beach, where you live and where I work and essentially live, um, there are so many bands or people that are important in the music industry that call Long Beach their home, and
Hmm.
almost none of them work together or even know they exist, or they
Yes.
know they exist but not from Long Beach, and that's just one town, not the entire island. So I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, if we, regardless of when this gets posted, that really famous comedy venue on the West End that nobody knows, so therefore it's not famous, and the comedians are playing there, no one really tracks that down. And when I'm the Avalanche does a show at Bright Eye, pretty much nobody knows it except the 150 people who sell it out. And when there's a weird thing at
Right.
Speakeasy that a famous band is playing there, no one knows it's happening, etc.
It's
How do you actually find out that stuff is happening in this town?
that is a great question. I have my own little zeitgeist of people that um we get together through Long Beach volleyball. That's a big network for us. Um, but yeah, like that's where like a lot of the that's where the war room happens, is basically on the highest court possible, and in volleyball because we're terrible. But yeah, I mean, there's no great place to like. There's no like yeah, there's no hub or any like specific channel of information happening specifically in Long Beach that I'm aware of. Yeah, you might be onto something here. Might have to
So
create
to
it.
confirm, you
Yeah.
are not behind the Long Beach NY memes Instagram account.
You
That
know
is
what?
not
That's
you.
so funny. Many people think that's me. They've
Oh,
like
really?
he's sort of like the man behind the curtain, and they're always like, I know it's you, Sherm. And I'm like, it's not. And he's I've met him. His name is maybe I shouldn't say his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not me. Awesome guy. Love his work, and I think he's hilarious. And yeah, he's like that is a great avenue for Long Beachers. But yeah, it's like that is like the only thing we have is like the Long Beach memes account, you know, upcycling everybody else's news. So, but it's working. So
Exactly. So to recap what I've learned and what we've talked about, the new record is out in a month and a half. There's going to be some dates around that in this tri-state area. Though, do you eventually get to the West Coast, or that's just if the right offer comes through, you do the LA gig?
exactly. Yeah, we'd love to go to the West Coast, but right now no one's asked us. So please ask us. Yeah.
Please ask. Gristmill, Not Dead, more to come. Reunion
Hmm.
show. Looking back, the record is going to be remastered and whatnot through Smartpunk. Do we know what time of year that might be?
We're hoping for late fall of this year. Yeah.
Late fall. And if you want to get to know Derek Sherman, you have to go to a volleyball court.
That's right. Yeah, the highest court possible because we stink. Yeah.
Okay, well, two quick questions, then I let you go. The first one, you're a busy family man, businessman, artist, and all that. But what's the last concert that you went to for fun?
Ooh. Well, the last event I went to that wasn't a concert. I just took my mom to see Sebastian Maniscalco at Jones Beach. That was interesting. That was a lot of like exactly that Long Island aging mothers, just getting a real hoot out of Sebastian and his brand of comedy. Um, but my last concert, what was it? I mean, I'm pretty like socially active at shows, like if I'm not going to, you know, it dwindles as you get older, but if I'm still not going to a few shows a month, that feels strange for me.
Well, how about we'll do a substitute last question?
Yeah,
Okay.
substitute last.
Okay.
It should have been
If
a
you
layup,
can,
but I can't remember it.
if you can take a compliment, this question will
Mhm.
happen. Okay. I think you're a great guitar player. I like the leads you do on guitar. Never too many notes, but did you have a phase of 80s metal or shredding where you used to play too many notes? Did you have an accidental Ingve phase or Van Halen phase?
That's so funny. When when I was like really excited about being like a guitarist, like like Ingve comes to mind, or like Joe Satriani, and
Yeah.
like Eric Johnson, and that era of like whatever that neo jazz thing that was happening was in the 90s. Like that was all my era of like learning to play guitar. Uh but yeah, I was kind of lazy, and like I never really wanted to keep like I thought I could be a speed guy, and I had some friends that were friends of mine that were really good at you know at their chops, and I was decent, but I just didn't care enough. I kind of from a very early aged once I got some like fretwork in, realized like I like interesting chords, or just more tones and melody more than like how fast I could rip through a scale or something. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just wasn't in my playbook, and I realized that like early on. But
That would explain the music that I hear when I go to Monarch. It doesn't become Ingve after 9 o'clock.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, bottom line is this: excited for the record, excited to see you guys live in the near future. And hey, keep up the great damn work you do, Derek.
Awesome. Thanks. Great to see you.
Paltrocast.